Thank you for staying with us, and thank you again to our sponsor, Germanna Community College. Find your future at Germanna. Well, as you might know, this is our crime report section of the broadcast, and unfortunately, we aren't short on reports to cover.
Right. In a press release dated August 12th, the Spotsylvania Sheriff's Department reported that approximately 8:40 p.m., deputies were en route and on patrol in the area of Germanna Point Drive when they heard gunfire and screaming coming from the area of Matty Hill Court. Deputies arrived in less than 1 minute to the 9900 block of Matty Hill Court, where they found an 18-year-old male suffering from gunshot wounds in the front yard. Deputies immediately attempted life-saving measures, but were unsuccessful, and the victim was pronounced dead at the scene. A few minutes later, the Spotsylvania 911 Center received a call from Spotsylvania Regional Medical Center of an adult male that walked in with multiple gunshot wounds. The hospital is located less than 1 mile from the shooting scene. Based on witnesses' accounts and evidence located at both the Matty Hill court scene and the hospital, detectives were able to link both subjects to the same shooting incident. The deceased was identified as James Michael Whalen, 18-year-old, from Spotsylvania County. Mr. Whalen's body was turned over to the chief medical examiner's office. The adult male shooting victim at Spotsylvania Regional Medical Center was transferred to another area hospital due to the extent of his injuries and is listed in serious but stable condition. Detectives are currently investigating the incident and motive. There is no immediate threat to the community, and the incident appears to be isolated.
You may remember a story we reported a while back here on CVTV News. A Stafford County man, Roy Charles Mayberry, was arrested in March on a total of 15 counts of money laundering and embezzlement from the Lake of the Woods Association, Homeowners Association. According to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, the embezzlement was discovered in August 2018 when officials were informed that about $94,000 had been taken by a former employee. The Sheriff's Office investigated and learned that more than $450,000 had been taken over a period of 4 years. In April, Mayberry originally pleaded not guilty to the charges, but has since changed his plea to guilty. The guilty plea was in exchange for dropping 3 of the 7 embezzlement counts and 4 of the 8 money laundering counts. He will be sentenced later this year.
You may have heard the good news that Cortland High School in Spotsylvania got a new football field, but did you hear the bad news? In an attempt to make a $600,000 partial payment, Spotsylvania County Public Schools fell prey to a phishing scam. That's phishing, phishing scam. Someone pretending to be a contractor with a bogus email account solicited payment for the installation of the new football field. The Spotsylvania Schools Director of Communications, Renee Daniels, assured the community that while the school was spoofed, there was no breach of personal identification for the community, students, and parents. It's unclear if the school district's insurance will cover the scam. In a letter dated August 5, 2019, Superintendent Dr. Scott Baker stated that the school district and local government were working together to develop and institute policies, procedures, and protocol to prevent this from happening again. The Virginia State Police launched a criminal investigation of the cyber attack on August 1st.
Several areas of Virginia's Lake Anna have been declared harmful to swimmers because of an algae bloom. The Virginia Department of Health said in a statement Wednesday that the upper and middle Pamunkey branches, which includes the upper, middle, and Terry's Run, as well as upper and middle North Anna branches of the lake, have been affected. The algae can cause skin rashes, upset stomach, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. People and pets should stay out of the water and should be washed off with fresh water if they come into contact or exposure to water that's under the advisory. The Department of Health would like you to call them if you think you become sick after contact with the water. They can be reached at 888-238-6154. If you'd like to see if there are harmful algae blooms in your area, you can search an interactive map at www.vdh.virginia.gov. Use the keyword search algae bloom surveillance map. Please remember that even if your search results indicate low algae blooms, the Department of Health does not recommend recreational contact with the water because it may have indications of greater water quality issues. It's time to send you over to George for a sports update. George.
Thanks, guys. George Kearns here for CVTV Sports. Football is back, ladies and gentlemen, in all groups of high school, college football, and NFL as practices and training camps are underway as we lead into the preseason games with the Washington Redskins at the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens are playing host to Jacksonville. Star lineman Trent Williams is still holding out, and top running back Ezekiel Elliott of Dallas is not reported to camp and is prepared to hold out all season unless he gets a new deal. He still has 2 years remaining on his contract. Former wide receiver Jordy Nelson of the Oakland Raiders has announced he is retiring and will sign a one-day contract to retire as a member of the Green Bay Packers. He's retiring after 11 seasons, 10 of them with Green Bay. In MLB news, the Washington Nationals are 6 games back in their division, trailing the Atlanta Braves. The Los Angeles Dodgers are the best team around with a record of 76-40. Houston is not far behind at 74-40. In NASCAR news, Chris Elliott won this weekend's past race, and the road to the playoffs is starting to heat up. In golf news, Brad Koepka is the number 1 golfer in the world. Dustin Johnson is second, and Rory McIlroy is third. Justin Rose is fourth, and Tiger Woods is fifth. He said he has back stiffness, so we do not know when we will see Tiger again. And it's not Brad Koepka, it's Brooks Koepka. In WNBA news, Connecticut and Las Vegas are leading their respective conferences. And in high school football news, soon I will be giving the VHSL report with games from around the area and the state. We will be giving you the rundown on the schedules. We will also give you the CVTV sports schedule. And CVTV has a new sponsor in Hardee's in the Fredericksburg area. They now have 6 stores in Stafford, Fredericksburg, and Spotsylvania area. So come on out to Hardee's, the new store on Route 2, Tidewater Trail, across the street from the 7-Eleven next to Marathon gas station. It's a wonderful store, so come to Hardee's at Tidewater Trail to get some good food and some good service. Well, that's all the time I have for sports. I'm George Kearns for CVTV Sports. Back to you guys.
Thank you, George. Well, that's all we have for you. Thank you for tuning in and welcoming us into your home. I'm Deidre Haven with David Kerr. We'll see you next time.